Hi there. I wanted to talk to you about this huge, gigantic dendrobium that I have. It is one of the first dendrobiums that I got when I started growing orchids. I got it from a friend of mine. It was a section, much smaller, about maybe, let's see, let me see if I can show you the original piece right here. So this is a new piece. So this part is a new piece, but the original section is right here. You can see most of the leaves are gone, but it would be this cane, and this cane right here, about maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 canes that I got. And I would say this plant is about 4 years old. So you can see that it is gigantic. I would say from the bottom of the floor to the top of this cane, it is a good 3.5 feet, and if you include the bloom spike, maybe 4 feet. It's got beautiful purple flowers on it, and it is a profuse bloomer, and I'm about to show you all the spikes that I found on there. And don't be surprised if I'm surprised when I discover another spike. It's constantly shooting out new spikes, and kekis too. It's a very robust grower, so it's very prone to kekis. Let's see. So this thing probably grows like a hedge practically in Hawaii. So I'm sure that you all may have seen one that's even more robust than what I have. I grow it outside, and I give it very bright morning sun, and in fact some afternoon sun. And when I give it way too much sun, I can tell that the leaves are burnt, and it would look like this, something like this. So that's when I know to back off. See, something like that, then I would start backing off. But if you don't give it enough sun, for sure, it will not bloom for you. So let me talk about what I have it in, okay? I have it in this little, I don't know, it's a basket with a trellis in the back. It's metal, and so it's a really good support, because this orchid is extremely, it's very unruly, and it will go all over the place. So that back support, that iron metal trellis support, is great for it. I just got this idea when I realized one day I was putting so many stakes on this thing when it was in a clay pot, and it would not support it, because the stake itself had to be anchored really well, and the moss would not hold the stakes to anchor. So I thought of just putting it in this pot that I found at a garage sale, or basket. It's an iron basket that I found at a garage sale. So this is what it looks like in the back. Let me see if I can turn this around for you. So I think what this is usually like a hanger on the wall or on the outside on the fence. All right, let's see. Okay, and on the moss, so I have a mix of large bark and moss mix, and I do feed it. I water it very regularly, almost every day. Let's see what else. So, and I have it in this plastic. This is funny. So this is a plastic cake cover that comes with, you know, a cake, one of those, like a long piece of cake that you get at, you know, Walmart or Target, you know, so, or any grocery store, and this is the top covering for it, and the bottom's black, you know. So I was trying to look for a container that this would fit in best, and I just came across this plastic container. I burned a bunch of holes all over the pot so that it would have good drainage, and then I hit the pot, and some of my let's see, I hit the pot with this, what do you call this, It's from a palm tree. These sheddings from a palm tree. So I just hit it around. It was prettier. Now it just drooped down because of its sheer weight with water. It's soaked with the water. So, but I had it all the way up to the top of this, and it was covering that plastic. But now it's drooping. I might have to go get some more and just put it on there. And where I'm from, Zone 9, we have tons of that around all over all over their neighborhood. So, but let me show you some of the spikes that that it has, and some of the keiki it has too. We'll start on this left side with an older cane. So here is one new flower spike, and so these two right here, this one and this one, are two new keikis right there, right in the top of the apical of this particular cane. And then these are no longer around. Now I am planning to trim this and get rid of it because I don't think I'll need these extra old canes anymore, just to tidy it up and make it neater. I'm just going to trim it off. This is also a new cane, but it hasn't put out any new bloom spike yet. So I'm kind of looking inside the top part of that. Let's see, and then let's move along. Here's another bloom spike on the next cane right here. Let me see if you can, right here, here's a bloom spike that is coming from this cane. And then if you go up a little further right here, here's a keiki, a very, very big keiki. It's right on top of this, the top of this particular cane. All right, and then moving over here, here's another bloom spike. There. So we'll be developing nicely soon. Let's see if we can, all right, now this one is on steroids. Oh my goodness. So you have one bloom spike right here. You have another one, and I'm sorry, I have it all tangled together because I'm using this strong one as a spike to hold another one that's coming from there. So here's a bloom spike, and this is the one that's sending off this main stem right here that is going up, up, up higher right there. Okay, and then we have this one, the third one, that is all coming from the top, the apical of this particular cane. And I want to show you something. See how this node, the node of this cane is bulging out? That's an indication that it is going to send a bloom spike soon. And here's another one too. Now the lower ones, I'm not sure we'll have time to develop a bloom spike because winter will be coming soon. And I will have to move it indoors or in the patio where it will not get optimal condition to send off a bloom spike. So, however, the bloom spikes that are on right now will continue to develop, and I will enjoy it all winter. And so, okay, so this is a bloom spike that I got this summer, and it's still going. Look at that. And it looks like I damaged the tip of it right here. This last bud, it might blast before I get to enjoy it. And so this one is blooming from an old cane. So you can actually, on old canes, you can get blooms, spikes coming in between canes that even have lost its leaves and have been sitting around for a while. So you can kind of call it a semi-deciduous dendrobium. Okay, and see how all of these have so much bulge right between the canes. I'm sorry, right between the leaf, the nodes right there. So here's another cane, a bloom spike, sorry. Here's another bloom spike that's going up there. So I'm not sure, I've lost count now. I kind of stopped counting. Last year I had about, I don't know, 11 or 13 and I stopped counting. This, okay, here's back here, we have a keiki. I have 1 and 2 together. I really need to remove those, but I'm getting lazy and haven't found a time to do it. I really need to gather them all together in a bundle and just pot them all at one time. There's quite a bit. I think there's like 4 or 5 of them. So, and the canes are quite thick, as you can see. Look how thick that is. So there's the my thumb, and there's the diameter of that cane. So, and here's another. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else I want to tell you about it. Yeah, this is the first year I also just fertilize it. It's funny, I'm telling you all this about every single year. I never fertilize until this year, and this is the first year that I'm really getting, you know, blooms that are like on steroids, you know. So this one, I have a feeling there's much more boom spikes to develop continuing before the winter comes. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to tell you about it. It actually blooms in the summer too, just not as much. The time that it's in its peak is it's in the fall, and it's mostly in the summer it would start developing a lot of the spikes for you, or keikis. So, all right. And here I'm going to get a close-up of the flowers again for you. So the flowers do curl up a little bit. There you go. All right, thank you for watching.